Hello and welcome back to another video. Today is Wednesday, 8th of July 2020, and in today's video I'm going to talk about Fantasy Darts. Now Fantasy Darts is a series I've done on this channel. You can see in the playlist below. In this episode I will talk about Q School, whether it should be kept or whether it should be binned. Personally, I think that Q School should be binned, and this is how I'd go about it to get the best 128 players on the PDC system. So let's have a little look at the breakdown, how I would do it quickly to start with, and then I'll go into more depth. So as you see, 128 players. I would have 64 from the PDC Order of Merit. I would have 32 from the Challenge Tour. I would have 24 from the BDO/WDF/MAD system, and then 8 from the Development Tour system. So let's have a little look at that in more detail, and we'll discuss how we're going to become about this and the changes that I would make in the system to improve it, for my personal opinion. Again, other people might not agree with this. If you disagree, put your comment in the comment section below, because we want to start a little debate here, and this is what this series is about. It's to open the imagination and start a debate. So as you see, 64 PDC Tour card holders. So we're given amnesty from anyone losing their tour card at the end of this year in 2020, and the next time anyone will lose their PDC Tour card will be at the start of 2020, end of 2021, because someone's picked up their card this year hasn't had 2 years on the tour, so they can't really judge all the players evenly and competitively. So, and especially 3 months off the system, because we've not played since the 15th of March, and the PDC circuit only starts back today on Wednesday the 8th of July. So that's a big period out as well. So you don't have consistency all over the board. So after 2 years, I would change it to a 1 year system, and this is why, because you want to get the top 64 players in current ability. So you change it to a 1 year system, and everyone at the start of the year would start off with £0. After World Championships, to get rid of reputations, everyone is in the same boat. And personally, I would move the UK Open to the first event and have them all out the hat and playing against each other, because that would be the epic start to a season. And then you find out who the best player is, because again, it's an open draw and 128 players will all play each other over that weekend. Then we move down to the 32 players from the Challenge Tour. Now the Challenge Tour I would have only open to former tour card holders, or people that have reached the last 32 in a PDC event over the past year, or people that have reached the last 32 of a BDO, a WDF, or a MAD event. Again, I don't really want to break down into too much darts details, because this is one of the reasons why I haven't done this video up until now. But if you've reached that, you can play it in the Challenge Tour, and the Challenge Tour will be capped at 256 players, and it'll be one event in each day per Challenge Tour day, because I think it's too much for the players. You know, it's a 12-hour day. I would restrict it to one event per day, but I would have more on the calendar, because it's the stepping stone into the PDC, and it's to get people used to playing in PDC conditions, because again, you don't play 2 events in a PDC day, you only play one event. So it's trying to get the players used to playing in the PDC situation. So like in Wiggins and Barnsley's and Milton Keynes are pretty see the next few days, and I think having 2 events just is unrealistic for that. But the top 32 from the Order of Merit at the end of the year will get moved up into the PDC ranks. So let's talk about the next one. So again, this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do this video, because I didn't want to get into much darts politics. So that's why I've put BDO/WDF/MAD in this 24 players. So whatever system you get to pick, someone's going to pick a system. Depending on what system you get to pick, you will pick the top 24 players from that rankings, and they will get PDC Tour cards. And again, if they don't want the tour cards, then you go to the Challenge Tour to get players from the Challenge Tour to go up to the PDC, because you want to fill that 128 void of players. So you're looking for 64 players, because you've got to get 64 players from the PDC system. You're wanting to pick 64 players from outside the PDC system, and I think to pick 24 players is very fair. So the last bit, as you see, is 8 Development Tour players. Now the 8 Development Tour players, this gives them a real experience. As you've seen in the past, Development Tour players might not do it first time out, but they will learn so much from their first time on PDC darts, because you look at someone like Dirk van Dijvenbode or Jeffrey de Swan, they're people that have learned as years went on. You know, they've not clicked first time, especially some, look at Nathan Aspinall now, he's now in the top 10 of the world, and he lost his tour card. So sometimes you've got to lose to win, and I think that's a great phrase in darts. You've got to lose first before you then win. And I think to give 8 development tour players a year in the PDC tour, I think that'd be the best experience you could give them. Mix them with the best players in the world, it could only improve their game. Okay, they might lose a lot of games, but the experience that they'll go through will develop their game hopefully to the next level. So that's how I would come about this. I would also, as you said, saying this, I would change it to a 1 year ranking. I think that's a more interesting concept, because the 2 year ranking, it keeps the big names at the top because they've got 2 years to defend their money. However, if you have everyone in the level playing field at the start of the year to the end of the year, how exciting is that going to be? Every tournament you're thinking, well, say you have an early exit from the first tournament, you think, you know, you've got a lot of stories that can happen. I think it'd be very interesting to see. I don't think it'll ever happen, but put your comment in the comment section below on what you think about this video, and subscribe to the channel and like this video. And we're trying to grow the channel, and you've been so grateful in your support. You know, the comments have been unbelievable, and I'd like to thank you so much. And until later on today, when we preview day number 2 and Players Championship event number 10, I will see you then. Goodbye.